on a call with Manzi, then he's like, first go and check out the IG. Then he asks, most of you see me, I'm like, hey man, guys doing a fashion water. And he's like, you've not seen the body.
You guys, when the hour reaches, you will regret this. You will regret Manzi always there walking around, feeling flexing, talking to girls. When the time comes, yeah. No.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of
Don't
At Me podcast. And today we have
superstars in the building.
Superstars, by the way.
Superstars in the building. You know when I see his TikTok, when I see Speedball's TikTok, it looks like a Travis Scott concert. You know, like that.
Then you see, I was on a call with Manzi, then he's like, first go and check out the IG. Then he asks, most of you see me, I'm like, hey man, guys doing a fashion water. And he's like, you've not seen the body. I was like, anyway man, so you guys introduce yourself, what you do, how we know you, how they know you.
Well, I'm David Mulolo and I'm the creator of Speedball Mag. Yeah. Well, as well I'm a creative director and also a videographer and photographer. So yeah, that's me. That's what I do.
Andy Wary. I'm a photographer, videographer. Mainly do sports. I also do ads for restaurants and clothing companies.
Yeah, man. So, well, I'm Manzi, Espo, normal people.
Yeah.
So, like, you know what? I at this point, I think they should like put like some of the clips of some of your work here. You know what I mean? Eh? Not the baddies, but what the baddies are wearing. You know what I mean? But like, me before we even go into like the conversation for today, I just want to, as a person who's seeing the creative work you do, it's like it's impressive. That's why I want these guys to put clips up. So guys are like, is this guy really Uganda? But like, tell us like briefly how you got into fashion, how you got into photography, because I know you do some of his clipping and photography. So how did you guys get into that? Well, and how is that going?
It's going great for starters, and
clearly.
Because of you just made by anyway.
There's a client he's just had, we won't talk about it on camera. Yeah.
Anyways, how did I get into it? Well, I tell people this. The only reason why I started doing what we do, because it didn't start as a clothing brand, started as a magazine. The only reason why we started doing it is because we didn't see anything like it. Like, we wanted to be a part of something like it. It wasn't there, so we said, you know what, let's do it ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. And photography?
For me, it was kind of like, when you just, man's really weird. So I sat down with a friend and like, we're broke, like no money, no assets. Like, you just sitting down with a friend, you ask yourself like, what can we do? Yeah. No skills. Who do we know? Nothing. What assets do we have? Zero. Like, we really are nobodies. So for me, it was like, I was thinking like, how are my friends making money? So I'm thinking, oh my God, everyone's buying shoes, sneakers, and everyone's going to parties. I thought to myself, maybe I go to the parties, video here, video there, like add value to something. So that's always kind of been my thing. It's like, I want to add value to a business, and if I add value to you, if I make you money, you can make me money. So his is very like insane. Exactly. Mine is,
you was just broke.
I need money, bro.
That's true.
So,
but like, as fellow creatives, and I think by the time the video comes out, we're now like trying to show something. As fellow creatives, also trying to like expand the creative market, just bring more creatives, do more creative things. And one of the avenues, one of the things me and Paul are going to start up. The only reason we're starting it up is because we thought about it and we're like, something like this could help us, but like you said, there was nothing like it.
Yeah.
So we're like, let's just do it. So just watch out. So we're done with the serious, tough conversation. Paul had like
let's go light. So should we start the game or just ask you another deep question? Go with the game?
Let's first go with the game, then we go with that.
Okay, so we're going to do a one-word game.
Yeah.
Where I say a word, you say a word, but one word, but then we're trying to tell a story. So these
guys will give us a topic, eh?
Yeah, they give us a topic.
Then we'll just a
title of a story we're going to say.
Okay.
So if you mess up the flow, you're out. Then like the other three, then the other two, then until I win.
until you win.
I'm not good at playing games, so I'll try not to get out fast.
Let's do this.
But the title is The Lady in the Pool.
The lady in the pool. Damn.
I
Tried.
To
Walk.
at.
Walk at.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can walk at.
Can you walk at? Okay, let's just.
VAR.
Walk up to.
No.
You walk to something.
Relax.
I think it's
No, we need to hear what the judge says. What judge is what he says.
Is that verb?
Walk at.
No, like, don't dictate what he's supposed to say.
But like, what if it doesn't make sense?
No, but
No, his idea is not yours.
Guys, my producers grills me.
Yeah, fast, crazy, creative.
Should we start again?
Yeah, and no one gets out, man. Just enjoy the game.
Okay.
Alright.
You start.
The same topic.
The title is
Yeah.
Lady in the pool. Lady in the pool.
She. No, like this. She.
Is
Not.
Really?
That.
fine.
I swear. Oh.
Okay.
That's two words, right?
That's I swear.
Yeah, that way. Why couldn't
Let's
she be
like
fine?
actually try to make a story.
You know what? It was cooking though.
Hey.
We're getting there. Okay. I
Alright,
swear. Let's just swear.
Huh?
I swear. Just I
No.
swear.
Man
She
Was
Not
going
to
get
me.
facts.
but
she
Tried.
Her
best.
to
Hit.
on
and
Failed.
miserably.
So
I
Hit.
On
her
sister
But
she
had
phoned
me.
having
and
you said what?
and she had phoned me having an.
Idea and what?
No, it's okay. Continue.
Of
love.
Okay, no, you get it.
No, what did you try to set me up for?
Unfair.
Yeah, that's what I was good.
That's where I was going.
If you, how did you say it?
And you're eight. Did you say eight?
At one point, it got there was like,
Oh, like she had. Oh,
exactly.
I just landed right now. Anyway, let's get to the conversation we should discuss about.
So
Clearly, we're not very creative. We'll just pretend as we come around.
Onaglo.
We're not kind and not as creative as we think we are.
the normal guys. These are the
Static guys.
yeah. But anyway, so a bit deep. What's something that people misunderstand about you?
That's one of the things we want to talk about today.
People misunderstand a lot of things about me, and I tell people I'm not responsible for your perception of me. Whatever you, because people see you do things, they see you move like this, and people will look at you and immediately judge you. People look at me and be like, pimp.
Pimp.
Yeah, probably has a lot of girls here, girls there, type stuff.
When I
Yeah.
think pimp, I think a pimp named Slickback from Boondocks. I don't know.
Oh yeah, that guy. Anyways, so man, people can think whatever they want to think, but I'm not responsible for it because you put me at a certain level and you want me to like live up to it. No.
Your expectations.
Yeah, I'm gonna do me. Sorry to disappoint, but sorry to also outlive your expectations as well.
You know, it's crazy, because like it's very difficult to like. Okay, it's good that you have a level of confidence that you have, but for a lot of people, have you seen like situations where someone doesn't have that much motion, like financially, but everyone assumes that they have a certain level of motion, so they have to live up to the standard. So these are the people that are spending their whole paycheck in the bar because everyone thinks they're rich, so they must maintain that standard.
Yeah.
And to reach a point of like, comfortable in your own masculinity or your own success, to be able to not have to front a lifestyle that maybe you're not at, or a lifestyle that not particularly you don't believe in as well, is.
Yeah, but to be honest, what kind of man would you be if you lived that lie just to impress other people? What kind of man, kind of woman, what kind of life are you living? It's all a lie, to be honest.
And social media is just the
You
greatest
see also like on
scam.
the other side of the picture, I feel like people should be more aware that what they see is not what's actually
Exactly.
happening.
So
You get it? Like if someone sees something like, man, I may not be doing so, but that may not even be the case. You feel it? They may just be doing even better or equally as better. Just you don't know what happens behind it.
We had this conversation recently about moving in silence, and like just when people see certain type of wins and they see you making certain kind of steps, they have a preconceived now perception. You meet people, they're like, hey bro, some money, yo bro, you're like,
Which man?
and even if it's there, like my success is it's not a guarantee just because I'm doing
Went
well,
out here
that you're
doing that.
entitled. Like are you
The cherry
entitled
like
to
that.
something? Like bro, don't add me podcast, don't add me podcast charity. It doesn't work like that, guys. No. But like no, I'm not even saying that like, we're not trying to like still reach out, but like I feel like people who are acquainted to you, not even people that are close to you, they feel entitled to your success.
Yeah.
And that's a difficult thing, and I feel like I don't know how to combat it sometimes. Like how do you just tell people, hey guys, man, chill out, like we're still the same, So how do you deal with that? How do you guys deal with that on a day-to-day basis?
I want you to go first.
I feel what you mean, especially when like the person is very close to you. And I feel like me personally, I'm very bad at saying no. Like anyone that's close to me, like you'll understand that like if you just disturb me persistently, eventually I think you might get me. So I can't even say I'm very good at handling it, but I think it's just something you have to look at and be like, look, realistically, if I wasn't moving like this, you guys might not be, all friendly. And you really just need to kind of understand, look, okay, I might be mean in this situation, but like at the end of the day, like it's yeah.
But is that such like what would you do in that situation? Don't you think that it's like when people move closer to you, because isn't that like natural human instinct? You get it? Like,
yeah. I don't even
should we be welcoming, or should you be like,
the thing is,
you did like be with me like when we're starting out, I should mess with you now that I have it. You get it?
I think it's a thing of value. You like put yourself in the shoes. You move to what attracts you. Like, how do I put this? If I want to be friends with Andy obviously knows shit that I don't know. So he obviously has more value than I do at the moment, right? So I have to offer him value. So if you're coming to me because I'm moving up, what value do you have to offer?
So you're saying in certain situations, friendships are an exchange of value.
Everything is exchange.
The thing is, me and David have actually had this conversation before, and we're like, if you didn't run speedball and I didn't like do what I do, like I did this and this, we probably wouldn't be friends.
And that's how I lost most friends. Because I'm friends with you for what? You like to drink, I like to drink, but not as much because there's shit to do. And other than us being together, wasting time, there is nothing else we have in common. So
like I can hang with you on Saturday, but when Monday to Friday, will I ever do you any?
Have you had conversations with people when they're like, man, these days, like, what happened to you? Like, you chill.
I see, that's
but what do you do?
That's something.
Are those easy conversations for you these days?
Man, I don't want to sound like a bad
Me too.
person.
That's what I was thinking.
There's
The answers I had are
Real
cynical.
nigga, bro. Be a real
No,
nigga.
to be honest, me and him, like, we're really blunt with each other.
Yeah.
How do you see your home and be like, if it doesn't for ABCD, me and you, then be friends for shit? I'm like, yeah, I know you want me for ABCD and I want you for ABCD, and I know and the good thing is, we both know if anything ever went down, the other would come through for the other.
Exactly.
And we have each other's backs 100%, you get. But for some people, you can look and sense someone's aura and tell, okay, this person wants ABCD, but they don't give two shits about me personally. But there's people that you meet and they actually like want that thing, but they're also going to look out for you.
True.
You get. So that's why you have to phase those two out. And the people that come to me and say, oh, you've changed, I'm like, bro,
Why haven't you?
yeah. Why are you still there?
Like, changes. We were talking about this recently, me and Paul. Me and Paul are very ideated people. We'd be there, cooking dreams. If we smoke some of our dreams, guys would be like, brah, guys, let's be serious. This is Uganda. But like, that's the thing. And lately, one of the things I like about Paul is he holds me accountable on certain things. Like, when it comes to, when I have conversations with him, they're not going to be bad. Yeah, I mean, maybe like for like a 1 hour call, we'll talk about a bad 5 minutes at a time. But like the rest of the time, like by the time I finish the call with Paul, or like by the time I finish a conversation with Paul, I'm like, nigga, I need to work. Like, this isn't enough. And even if I've had like a very successful day, and, you know, that's one of the things I wanted to mention earlier. Like, what is outgrowing friendships really that bad? You know, and it's a thing that I've been thinking about it lately, and we talk about it all the time, and we're like, hey guys, like, what, be real to your friends and people, but like, it reaches a point in your life where certain people don't add particularly enough value to you. And that doesn't mean they're not your boys. Like, when you meet them out, they're like, yeah, but you're not going to talk to them on a day-to-day basis, because you reach a point where like, your time is valuable, and your time is like, it's just...
That's hard, bro, eh? To be honest with you, eh? Like, I feel like there was a point where I was going through it, like, cause I have like 2 groups of friends that are not like necessarily close to each other, but I'm like the middle person who's like holding it down, you get it? But not like me. So I have friends who I had like in high school, and they were like my boys, you get it? I feel like those guys are the guys who like my kids are going to like grow up around, what. But now as time goes on, it's hard to swallow that they're not like actually staying as close, you get it? And now, I don't know if it's enough to just add like you like
to replace.
Yeah, to replace your friends. You get
But
it? Sometimes I feel like as if I'm committed. Like, ever had a situation where you call someone and you have a certain type of energy, yeah? You think that you're at that level, but then when you talk to them, you're like, man, we're actually like outgrowing ourselves. You get it?
But you know, outgrowing is symbiotic as well. It's not like, it's a natural process. It's not like you have control over it sometimes. You just realize that you were close to this one, because for me now they're friends of mine. Like, this is going to sound really wrong, but we were friends by proximity. Like, we were really good friends because we were around each other all the time.
Like school friends.
Yes.
You know when you like leave school and
not
you're
all
like,
of them,
not talk
but
to
some
this
school
person.
friends, yes. Like, we were close because we were together all the time. You know me, I struggle with it these days. Like, you know, when I like meet someone, then we're talking, and then like the things I'm talking about now are just absolutely not the things they're interested in now. Like, let's say I'm talking about certain like goal things, and they're just comfortable. But you know, the problem with hanging around comfortable people is it kind of rubs off on you.
Yeah.
Like, you just want to chill a little bit more, you want to spend more time cash. And I'm not saying, when we're young, there's nothing wrong with chilling, you know? But like, it depends on what your goal is. And it's difficult these days finding a balance.
I have a thing I tell my guys, right? I would rather have a room that's empty than have a room of slow niggas, or just niggas who are doing nothing. Because you're the resource of your 5 friends, right? So if my friends are not more powerful or stronger or faster than me, I would rather be in a room where I'm like pushing myself and going out to test my limits, then seeing I'm not shit, then I come back to push more, than just being around people who are like weaker than you. Because you're gonna become weak as well. You get?
And for me, the challenge actually is, have you ever had a conversation with someone, you know those things when you fight for friendships, like you're trying to like hold on to friendships. Because me, I have certain friends, the guys who've been my friends all my life, like that gang, like that's never going to change. But I have certain friends that we were close, but now I'm not trying to leave them behind, you feel me? So like, you're putting in a word for them, or you're like trying to direct them to a certain path, and they're just not moving, man. They're just not moving, and you know, it feels like, because like, if you're not actually trying to lift up your friends, then you're kind of wrong for that, you know. At least give a helping out, like just try to direct. But then when you have that conversation and it's fruitless, like someone's like, yeah man, then the next day it's just back to square one.
Yeah.
That's when like the giving up just becomes natural. And for me, that's what I mean by outgrowing friends. There's certain friends of mine who I've tried to like have conversations with, to try to like, because I don't particularly have my shit together to the optimal level, but I have an idea. And I'm trying to make sure they have an idea too, so we move together, but like they're just not.
You know the funny thing about that, right? If you can't put somewhere, like say you put them on a radio thing, right? Like a host or something like that. If you put someone, then they didn't push for it, they won't appreciate it or like value it. So they're gonna be dormant around it. So like, I have friends who I push because they push. Like, I'll direct you, okay, go here, go there. But if you're not there, but you're always talking about it, man, I run away from you, because that's gonna be me as well. You get
I read something about that thing, that fantasizing about your dreams gives you a similar satisfaction to actually doing them. So very many people fantasize about starting, and then because you're fantasizing about it, you feel like, yeah, I'm going to achieve it, and you're not actually doing it. And dopamine, your mind is tricked into believing, and that's another thing I say that I like, is because Paul has this thing he says, like, let's say we have a project, and we have a plan. like, nah, but like, let's start. Let's just start. Let it just be in motion. And now that we know that it has launched, there's no pulling out.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of mentality that I like to be surrounded by, I guess.
You ever heard the saying, a good plan now is better than a great plan later?
Yeah.
So just like get there now, do something right now.
Do you know how I set myself up for like all the events and everything we have had to drop in Speedball? I'll go and post and be like, hypothetically speaking, what if we do ABCD? And then you have people like hyping, you're like, oh, so you're gonna do ABCD? So when you become slow or lazy about it, you're like, oh Christ, these people are actually expecting this. So you actually have to do it. Exactly.
Yeah,
so there's people in your ass,
talking
like,
about.
you gotta do it, you promised. Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of us are entering that age, where, you go to buy something and you're not comfortable with the fact that, for me, one of the reasons I want money is the security money gives me. Like, there's certain times where, like, I don't want to look at that. When I'm giving, like, my card or, like, paying, I don't want to think about, I don't want to budget in my mind and be like, is it going to be enough? Or is it, I hate that feeling.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons, I'm like, whatever opportunity that comes my way, I'm just like cooking. I'm just like, it's like I'm like podcast, I'm like work, I'm like other side hustles. I'm just trying to find a way to get that comfortability. And also, like, the fear that you're gonna be. I've ever seen like 30-year-olds, and you just don't like. They look like they're just stuck.
Yeah.
They're like. They feel like they've reached their ceiling, and their ceiling is so low, and that's like scary, bro.
Do you know there are things we do now, and you feel stuck and stressed now, and you're like, imagine me feeling stuck and stressed now at 30.
But see, what's crazy is I realized growing up is not an age. You get it? Like, I realized, like, because recently, I feel like life's going pretty quick. Like, you feel like as if you have like more like stuff to do and what, which is not necessarily like something that's bad, but you don't see it around like other people. You get it? And it kind of makes you like scared to like tell people. You get?
That's where the moving silence part comes in. Because, like, you see yourself making certain moves, and like, when you talk to other people about them, it's going to seem like maybe you're down-looking them or you're showing off. And the worst part is most times, now for you what you're on, you're not content. You're like, this is just definitely
that's like,
not good enough.
Why are you around slow niggas?
Exactly what I'm saying. Like, in your mind, you're like, this is what outgoing people. Because, like, some of the conversations I have with you, Paul, I can't have with other people. Like, genuinely, I can't have with other people. Because they'll be like,
You look like you're just out of touch with it.
and most of all, it will sound like I'm being like ungrateful. That's how I'll sound. I'll sound very ungrateful for the opportunities I have going for me right now. Because for me, I'm absolutely not content at all with where I am. And the progression I've made, at least for me, my personal goals from the beginning of the year to now, I'm extremely grateful. But I'm not happy with where I am. And that's like the mindset that I have.
Which is also important to lead us into like the main thing. Do you think for everything that you're going to get in life, do you think school is important? And do you think school is important?
The thing is, right, I have a lot of friends in school I'm going to piss off when I say this. But like,
let's not say that word that we said.
So you know how you talked about the whole thing about being stressed at 30. The thing is, for certain things you do in life, doctor, lawyer, I wouldn't want a doctor who didn't go to school. You get me? Like, you feel me? About to operate, you're like, look, I learned this on YouTube, bro, please. But I very much believe, like, in today's day and age, there's a lot of careers and there's a lot of things you can do. There's a lot of ways to make money that honestly have nothing to do with school. And the way I think about it is, especially when I was in school, I feel like when you're in school, you're in a bubble. You're like protected from having to do, I mean, you may work, you may do this, but like, you're protected from having to really do,
because you have a fail switch.
Exactly.
And in case anything, you have a what's it called? Something to fall back.
Exactly. And then like you're also around other people that want to do school, so you, like, it's very easy to just kind of relax. But then when you're out of school, you really kind of see, look, like the world works like this, the world works like that. What I learned in business really isn't going to tell me what to do in this negotiation. So it's like David's thing of like being stressed at 30. I feel like because I've started now, rather than me going to like school and learn video editing here. I spent like 6 years of my life. I'm 22. I don't know how to land a client. I've never edited anything, and all I really have is a document that says I graduated. I'm happy I started now.
Because there's so many people that. How many people go to creative schools to learn how to be creative?
You know
That's
how many
something I've
people
never
are met with
understood.
diplomas and degrees that I film better than them?
Exactly what I'm saying. You know, like especially in a creative, if you're working in a creative market, the best experience is practice.
Yeah.
Maybe
I feel like-
you know, for me, I feel like
goes for podcasting.
I'm pretty sure there is, but by the way, I'm almost 100% sure there is.
YouTube has everything.
YouTube is the best university.
Yeah. I went to University of YouTube.
University of YouTube.
Master's degree, feel me?
for us, we went to. We just yappers. We were yapping and we just started.
No, but like
recording.
at the very least, but like you practice it. Do you know what I mean? It's not like
Yeah,
you're
no, no,
thinking
no,
about it.
Why
absolutely.
make you a podcast?
Because now we have a confidence and a control.
But you know, the first day we did
Oh,
the
God,
podcast, I was
yes.
so scared.
And you should be.
I was here. I was sitting there when my legs couldn't stop like twitching. In my mind, I was like, "What's going on?"
You know
like,
what?
there's no one actually seeing me. In my mind, I was like, "I'm not. No one is actually there seeing me. But where am I like twitching?"
Yeah.
I
You get
think
it?
my feeling like that was the first time I think I had to like negotiate with a client. I'm thinking I've never done anything like this. What do I do when they say it's too much? Like I'm here shaking in my heart.
The hardest thing I think about negotiation is like having your value, being able to just be like, "Hey man, this is my price, and I'm not willing to go below this." Like, cause you see, like you're leaving money on the table.
But you see, what's so important? I've realized because I did enter in A-level, and we had a whole subtopic called negotiation. And to be honest,
Waste of time.
that stuff is so unpractical. Like it doesn't happen in real life. You get it?
Delay tactics.
Yeah. So you're like, bruh. It's so important for someone to get like on hands, like what experience.
So
Yes,
is that your opinion? What do you think about
you
it?
know, I don't like school.
No, but tell them. I
I
know.
do not personally. I feel like I'm wasting my time.
Bro, we're together, man. Say your
No,
truth.
because you see, I feel like school is important. The important, like what I feel like is important right now is I can speak English, and I credit that to school. I met friends. I credit that to school.
You met some friends.
And yeah, I met some friends. I credit that to school and general information. I feel like primary is the most important part of school.
You learn to count.
Yeah.
You learn to count change.
The
You
basics.
Yeah, the basics. Because now I hate learning history. Like I don't get that point, but you know there's that quote of if you don't know history, you're bound to repeat it. You get it?
In what?
Which is so.
Yeah.
But we
But
just-
leave that one.
It applies to politicians,
No, but
maybe.
leave
but
that
like,
one.
like as a person operating on a day to day, like, bro, are you going to start war? Like,
No, but
Mao rebellion. How?
I
leave
How
that.
am I going back there?
history makes a bit more sense. But why am I lying about a plant? The mesophil, the inside.
Unless you want to be a doctor or like a botanist.
Yeah. You see, also I don't know if you the creatives, if you can come up with a system of how someone can start something young. You get like a botanist, a teacher, what you get. Because now I don't think because I'm doing BCom, and personally,
It was Biko.
Bachelor's
Business
campus.
comes.
Okay.
So it's I personally don't see where that's going to take me. You get it? I have more hope in creatives than I do in like
Creative business.
you get because I don't like the time requirement is so annoying. Like for me to have a substantial amount of money by the time I'm like 40, it's so impossible if I follow a certain path. You get it? So this rat race everyone is going through is something I do not like.
Now I think I'm the voice of reason in this topic because like I'm in the middle. On one side, half of the majority of the things I have learned, I think the vast majority of things I've learned about business and work because that's what I'm passionate about, business innovation. I've learned through work, like because I have a job, I work in that field at the moment, and the experience and like the networking was great. But on the other hand, I'm pursuing my business administration. I'm also doing SEC at the same time. So I am doing academics. But if I'm being completely honest with you, I feel like I've learned more from these experiences than I've ever learned in school. And the only problem with working in a field like that is you need qualifications. But do I see myself working in this field for the rest? Like, do I see myself working in a 9 to 5? No. Excuse me. So,
It's so crazy. Like, have you seen like the States, America, that graduates who are standing with signs like "I'll code for food." You get
US, Nairobi. Nairobi in traffic, people like with Manila papers written on, like, I need a job, I'm a qualified lawyer.
Code for food is wild.
You know, the funny part is it's these prestigious professions that these days have the most saturation. Every parent wants to be a lawyer and a doctor and what, but like the saturation in these fields is getting.
I remember
insane.
in primary we had like P1. We had like, what do you want to become in future? And I don't know why. In our P1, the traffic police of Uganda had just got white uniforms, and I was like, this stuff is hard. I was like, this uniform is hard. Can't you, they brought whatever. They brought like papers, write what you want to become when you grow up. So I wrote traffic policeman. And they give like when your friend comes to you in the evening, they give them like what steak to see like that ride home, my guy. He's like, you want to stand in the sun? You have to want it.
I'm with you, but I promise you, when I was that age, I wanted to be a police officer. Purely for the fact, and I used to threaten people all the time. Like my doctor was so scared of needles, telling me if you put that, I'm going to shoot you, and I get my gun.
Okay, for me, I just like that uniform. White, oh wait, those guys look sharp. But the conversation right that I with me that I was in Q1, but it was like, no, you can't become a policeman. You don't stand in the sun, what. Be a doctor, be an engineer, you get it? And that's standard, There's, I don't know if it's, what Gen Z, what our parents?
Like, whatever that generation.
Whatever it is.
They had certain professions on pedestals.
Yeah, so, and at that time, that's what you had to become to become successful, but I feel like that's also something about the parents is the way it's hard to change a parent's mind on
certain things.
Like work. If you're to tell a parent, to be honest, if I told my dad I want to get out of school, I want to do podcasting, maybe
no, you know what? They wouldn't care. You know, the only way they will allow is if they're seeing motion. Like they're saying money.
Exactly.
There'll still be a little.
I doubt it.
He'll be with.
I doubt it.
You just bought him a 3-story house.
No, let me tell you. I feel like,
my guy.
No, I'm telling you. Okay, he would be like cool, but he would still have that
sense of disappointment.
Where is the degree?
But you know what it is? It's that whole thing of like, you know, when your parents just want to tell their friends, my son is a doctor.
Now you see, this is now for me. When I was finishing my senior 6, I was very torn. You know, everyone, Manzi, be a lawyer.
That's what
it's just so obvious because it's like if you know me. That's just everyone was like, Manzi, Ash going to be a lawyer. And when I was in my Form 6 work, I sat down and I was, you know, I asked myself,
this is something I want to do.
No, like, am I going to be happy, bro? Like, because I know one thing about, you see this flexibility I have to be able to pursue other things because now I have my foot in like a lot of tables in marketing, in like administration, in podcasting, in business. I'm exploring so many things because I'm young. And you know, I'm still figuring out exactly what I want to do. But if I want to do all these things, you see, but if I was a lawyer, I feel like it would take up too much of my time. I devote my entire life to being a lawyer. And the moment I knew I didn't want to be a lawyer, because my only perception, I think, of being a lawyer is because I thought I'd be good at it, and one, money, you know?
Yeah.
And then I went to my mom's workplace. My mom works in Ministry of Justice. So I'm walking around and I meet some of the people at work. And one of them was an office attendant. He's working as an office attendant. That's like probably minimum wage, at least of the ministry. And I said, man, like, hey, how are you? I was like, hey, man, I wanted to see if I could get a job for my Form 6 in office attendant. He's like, hey, you can ask your mom. I'm like, so you're also like an intern? He's like, no, actually, I'm a lawyer, but I'm doing this as I'm still finding a better opportunity. And I looked at him and I was like, what? That was the point. Because
how old was that guy?
He's like 27, 28 there. That age.
Oh, wow.
27, 28. But then I asked myself, like, unless obviously you know someone, like you know how Uganda works.
Yeah.
Unless you're someone, you feel me? Are these opportunities bound? Is it really worth it? So and my mom was like, no, like, you know, if you do know, I work in Ministry of Justice, I have some opportunities. But then I asked myself, like, will I be happy? Will I be content with what I'm doing? And the answer was obvious, man. It was just so obvious. And I sat down with my mom and I told her, hey, mom, I'm going to do business. And she was like, what? I was like, mom, I'm going to do business. And she's like, I'm like, why? I was like, mom, I need to do business because it allows me, at least, obviously because she wants her degree, but also it allows me space to just explore more things because I am passionate about business, about how money works and how to make money. But also it just gives me a lot of flexibility to pursue other ventures.
What did she say when you told you were doing podcasting?
You know what podcasting? She doesn't know. But guess what? My mom is really cool. Like my mom is really, really cool. I don't think she'd have a problem with it per se.
My mom got to know.
I just haven't got to that conversation
You
yet.
get it? Because of my siblings, and my siblings, like my brother's wife does TikToks, but first she does like Bible stories as she's like designing hair and what. So that's like her niche. Yeah. But then she like landed on a TikTok, okay? It's like, then I got a call, and she's like, yo, when did this start? And I'm like, no, I just did it with a friend. But then on Sunday, when she came home with my bro, and she was telling my mom, hey, by the way, how have you seen? I was like, you're ruining it. You're ruining it.
You should hear this episode now we're trashing school.
She was like,
Just make sure my parents don't watch this one.
I'm just happy my parents, my mother, they don't watch like TikTok.
I know your dad can't, but your mom can get away to it, but your dad...
Yeah, no, and also, what something Andy said I want to talk about, parents must necessarily not have like an issue with you doing something, but they care so much of what their friends think about it. You get it, like...
Yeah.
Even like there's a point where I was growing my hair. I'd grown my hair, like I could pull it until like my lip. But then there were guys from the village coming and like, man, first go and cut your hair. I'm like, what's up?
Do you know my mom?
Because necessarily my dad doesn't like care. Because my dad had an afro when I was young. But I was like, man, you know these guys say you're Rasta, you're what? I'm like,
my mom is the coolest person. I don't think she can't let me do, as long as I still live in her house, is braid my hair. Like, my mom is so cool that she used to let me sleep out when I was like in Form 2 if I wanted. I could just, literally these days, if it reaches like 9 a.m, she'll just ask, are you coming back home? I'm like, nah, that's the only conversation I have with her. But braiding my hair is the point. Do you know why? Because she fears that one day, one of her friends who's like, will see me, and oh my God, how will she perceive it? Oh my God. So, you know, as we talk about like, you know, dreams, a question I have for you guys is, what is your most outrageous dream?
Outrageous dream.
Like, now for you,
Before we skip that question, let me answer the question you asked before. It's school important. I'm running, have you ever run a self-experiment before? Like on yourself? Yeah, well, I'm doing that right now. I had to drop out because I sat there and I thought to myself, what are you going to do? What do you really want to do? I said business marketing. I looked at, I was like, I'm in Uganda right now. There is no point in all of this where I actually win. Because I was doing UNEB and all, I was like, nah. So I started doing photography when I was 15, and that because I was working for some, I can't mention the guys, but they're really some top-notch guys. So been filming for those guys and whatnot. So I was like, you know what? You need to have options. Because number one, I don't like school. You have to build options so you're able, like you said, security. Yeah. So you don't look at the bank account. But again, you need the option of, I don't like this car, I can get one in blue as well. Maybe like you need to have multiple options, and to do that, you need to have different streams of income.
Exactly.
And you cannot do that if you're stuck in school. The conversation, I lied. I said I'm dropping out, I'm branching off from S4, I'm gonna do IT. I went to do IT, coding. I went in the first day, it was really cool. Second day, it was really cool. Third day, I said to myself, do you honestly think you're going to like sit down on a computer like a little geek and code? I said, fuck no. I had paid full. And I just never came back. I used to tell this girl who was coding for me in class, I was like, hey, just keep my computer busy. And exactly. I got my certificate at the end though. When you're turning for
so you're qualified. That's what they did.
Yeah, I have my certificate at home. So I like one thing though.
Oh god.
Everything on the screen is zeros and ones.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I know.
Binary.
I skipped that shit in school. But when we were doing computer in school, I would have a podcast thing with the girls. Just put the girls together.
Not with the guys, with the girls.
The girls. Girls have, how can I say, is it aura? They have a good energy around them. Like
my friend, I don't think
No. Guys in the comments. Man, let me ask you a question.
Be so
No.
You're so uncomfortable right now.
Bro.
Now think about it. When you're sick, do you ever call a homeboy? Who's the person you call when you're dangerously sick and you're in your bed?
My mother.
Female. Do you trust me, you guys call a girl 100% lie. Say you don't call a girl at any point in time when you're sick. So you're feeling bad or you have flu and I'm talking to a guy, oh, homeboy.
Your guy is just gonna really you. He's just gonna make fun of you.
But a girl, oh, are you okay? Have you done ABCD? And but
I feel like when it matters, you call your boy.
But no,
Depends though, like when you're dying.
oh yeah, when I'm dying, of course.
okay, but this is the thing. If you called me and tell you stop being a bitch, get up.
Exactly. Go do something.
You'd heal quicker. Why do you want to comfort? Huh? You'd heal quicker.
Bro, I can't walk. I need a girl to tell me.
want to-
No, you need to heal.
It's gonna be okay.
You need to heal.
Baby, your Lord David, you can do this. You'll be fine, bro.
Don't do that. Me, I tell you, if you die, you are meant to get your ass up.
Mulolo, can I send you ice cream?
Then whoever dies first is gay.
Exactly, bro.
Don't die. So, anyways, me, I had to like branch off and all because I'm trying to create options. Because right now, I film for restaurants, I film for podcasts and a lot of private stuff.
Yeah.
So I can't really mention the entities I film for. And then off filming alone, I film for my own brand.
Absolutely.
You feel? So, and what else? I've created clothing in Uganda. I've done events. We have done t-shirts and whatnot. All these things. And I just turned 20. You feel? So I have all this XP over 25-year-old or whatnot. We have done sales. We have sat down and we have raised funds to at least 21 mil. At this age, like I'm broke, but I can sit right now with my network of partying. Because by the end of
Can't be broke.
But you can't say
No, he's saying.
didn't say I'm broke.
No. He's saying
Like in the same sentence.
Yeah,
Like first
again.
man.
Look, there's this thing, right? I tell people, if you're going to do something, you need to create a network. If you're going to parties, you have to go to parties with purpose. You get it? I would go out and I'm seeing niggas who are buying bottles of like 400k. I'm like, hey, come here, let me tell you something. I have an idea. Okay? Instead of you buying that bottle of 400k, this is gonna make us famous. This is gonna make us cool. And I don't do speedball for the money, I do speedball for the power. You know who I met recently?
Yeah.
You don't do that.
That's working.
Yeah.
Purpose, yeah.
There's people who have money who won't meet her. But I met her because of that shit that I've created. Like it gives you power, it gives you network.
Gets you in certain rooms.
Exactly. And also I tell people network is you have to have charge both sides. You're not gonna put your phone charger into a fucking socket that doesn't work, you get it? So you have to put there has to be electricity on this end and this phone also has to work, you get it?
And also the importance about networking is you have to have a value you're proposing so that they see you as an equal.
Exactly.
Not as a
That's the charge that you have to bring in. So you have to build your worth and you have to have options as a man. Like I'm capable of doing A, B, C,
Or a
D.
woman.
Yes. We love you.
You love them for sure. I'll take out fancy.
Well, I'll tell Savo. Anyways, so
You can.
Can we just clarify? We love women.
yes.
We all love
We love women.
Anyways, I'm running an experiment. I'm going to try and prove to people that yes, you can do it as a dropout.
But
And-
that's called success strategy. It's called burning the
West,
boat.
college,
Yeah.
Guys were like-
dropout.
College
Kanye
dropout.
West, it's
No,
called
man, I didn't make it
dropout.
college. High school
No.
dropout.
High school dropout.
Another thing, I don't know, because what stops, most people want to do that, you get it, but people are scared, because it's like a theory, like burn the boat, like those guys from them days, like pirates, I don't think pirates, but like guys used to like, you get a boat, you go to an island, then you burn the boat when it's
So you have to
So you have to succeed with the island, you
Yeah.
get it. So most people here want to do other things. I'm sure that most people don't like school, that's not true. By the time you're at campus, you're like, man, this is more stress than I whatever for, you get it?
Man, personally,
But getting the ball, and also, okay, don't drop out if you don't have like the idea
something,
of
yeah.
what you're going to
don't
do.
drop out if it's not yet in motion.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Don't, bro. You have the idea, but you need to taste the waters first.
See some success, then be like, okay, now
Yeah,
I can do this.
Exactly, because even for me to do it at first, we had already put people in motion. We had already seen what works and what doesn't. You get it? So for me to jump into that pool, I had to okay, we know we are going to be getting the t-shirts from ABCD, and after this we're going to be doing ABCD. You have to have a full plan, and at least you have to start walking.
So another thing again is, what if you start something then you realize you don't love it? That's another reason why you shouldn't just drop out.
Okay, the thing with me is, like, earlier I think you asked what's something people mistake about you, like the word passion and love and doing something. So like a lot of people will see me, especially when I started, I think in like the first 6-7 months I was doing stuff that I used to work at the studio, and guys in the studio didn't know what I was doing, and they're like, how, like, oh my god, and people would meet me and be like, you must really love this thing. I'm like, bro, I fucking hate this shit. Like, just like, I can't. Okay, I wouldn't necessarily.
You were not
say
enjoying it.
Exactly. So like, I feel like you don't necessarily have to love something to do it. Do you know what I mean? If you have a reason behind doing it. I very much hate the sentence when people come up to me and be like, oh my god, you move really quickly, you must really love what you. I don't
You
do
love
it.
money.
Bro.
Yeah, for the money.
Do you know what? That's real, because as I said, I talk about this again. When we started the podcast, I really wasn't taking this thing seriously. I'm just being real with you. I'd come and jazz, and it wasn't that deep. I've actually just recently started really getting into it. For a very long time, we were flying off the energy of Paul. I'm just being honest with you. Like, me and come, ask these guys. This guy would always ask me, like, hey, what's the topic today? I'm like, first remind me. So it's what he talks about is real. You know, there's a possibility of you falling in love with something as you do it.
Yeah.
And also like, no man, when once you start to see it moving, you're like, okay, now there's a reason for me to fall in love with it. There's some value like I see in it now.
So the whole table is in unison. School is useless. Eh?
No, doctors stay in school.
Please.
If that is the case, we would die because we've been no doctors.
Yes.
So no, like.
Okay, but on top of like just school, I feel like people should also prioritize knowing people.
Yeah,
Like, don't these things of guys going to school, then he wakes up, they want to wake up people, he's reading solo, he wants to like pass solo. You get
Those
it?
guys,
Like, don't be that guy. Like, Kali, you've decided to stay in school.
There's a certain guy I want to talk about, but I can't even. That guy was an bro, in my Form 4. That guy was the worst ever. Like, those guys that me and my boys, I remember me and Michael in the same stream. Like, we're there talking to girls or what, it's like, stands up, you guys, when the hour reaches, you will regret this. You will regret Manzi always there walking around, feeling flexing, what, talking to girls. When the time comes, yeah. The worst part about you don't understand. Our friend called. I remember when he came to pick our results. This guy didn't do well. Like, he did not do well.
That's when the time comes.
When the time comes, guy, things gave him.
The time was not yet come.
So when we came to pick results, and me and my chill guy, we have our boy. That guy made fun of him. Like, he's like, hey guys, when the time comes, like, you know, we're walking because we had like a party at school to like celebrate results. Bro, I'm sure that guy hated his life that day. And you know the worst part is he alienated himself. That in my mind, I can never work with him. I know he could change. I can't see it because he was such a hater. You know, people who have real passion for hate. Some Kendrick Lamar to Jake Jack. He had a hate for anything fun. So he's alienated himself in the minds of so many people that could have helped him in so many ways. So, you know, just man, you know, be nice to people.
How much has networking helped you guys in what you do right now?
Incredibly, like, to the point, I say this recently, like, I rarely do any outreach. It will be the case of someone I've worked with is like, oh my god, like, I love your stuff, or someone I met the other day is like, oh, this person would like you to do this for them. Like, it's amazing. And also, like, because obviously we live in Uganda, getting certain equipment, you can imagine it's very difficult, like high-end equipment. So the people I get my equipment from, these are just personal relationships. You know, like, oh, like, okay, here, you can get this on the cheap from me, whatnot. It saves me money, it saves them, I help them. So networking is really done wonders for me.
I don't think there is a room or anything I can't get into right now because of the people that I know. Especially recently, we expanded.
To make a joke, yeah?
No. Recently, we expanded our domain into the Indian community. We ended up even doing a collab with an Indian street food restaurant. You get? So now they started offering new jobs in UG. They even showed up at the event, and then they even, like, when they saw that I could film, they're like, oh, we have these guys from Turkey. They want you to like film ABCD for them. You get? So different people, as long as you have value, you can do ABCD for them. Network is that thing, and you have to. I tell people, as a Christian, I go out for the network. You drink and party with these people. They're like, oh my god, it's so cool, and that's how you check the snacks, because you see people when they're drunk. Manzi, you remember me and you recently? For some reason, I felt like this guy was a bro. I was there doing, like, yeah. Leave it at that.
No, but that was a glorious
You know, this is
night.
also like a marketing scheme.
No, but you know that's the
to
crazy
be
part.
honest,
Like me and this guy just met at once in the bar, and then we just kept rolling together. The
No,
whole
but
night.
no.
But the thing about David is like when he's drunk, he always says, "Man, I love you so much."
No, but you know what? I think by the time I met you, by the time we met, we were still on level.
Yeah, there are people that took me for laps.
Bro, the time when you took me, those are the guys that messed me up. So I don't even know what you're talking about. But like, you know, we kept moving, yeah? And you know, just the network, we talk, you know, obviously we're having a good
How do
time.
you tell a guy you've just met, stay here, I'm going to find you here, and you go out, he goes there, so like, rendezvous point is that no matter what, we'd still come back there and wait for the other
I
person.
remember when you sent someone to pick me up, I was like, what? I was, you know, you're on your own things. And so we go, hey, David, the same as come this time. I was like,
Man, I'm
no,
telling you, that night,
but like exactly, you know, the network is everything, man, genuinely. Because, you know, recently we just got an opportunity, a very successful opportunity. And the only reason we got this opportunity is because we have the podcast.
yeah.
Like, only reason we got this opportunity is because we have the podcast. And we're leveraging it into getting into other avenues of life.
Yeah.
So, work is network.
Oh, by the way, and even, for example, yesterday, right, I was invited to this party. I was the only black
Sorry,
person.
street, bro.
I was the only black person in the room.
This guy
White.
was saying, like, when you're the only black person she fucks with.
Anyways, here's the thing. The other guys, one of them owns a family personal security company. The other owns a few restaurants here in Uganda, like serious big restaurants. The other one, is it like financial funding stuff that they run, and different stuff. The other was just some spoiled rich kid. And then I'm like, thank God I have people to talk about, because they went around asking, so what do you do?
What do you do? Like, what is it that you do
Yeah.
that you can talk about?
This guy was like, oh, for us, we're going to start a new packaging thing here in Uganda, producing plastic. Like, how about you? I was like, oh, I produced clothing. Nothing too crazy, just threw an event last week.
So why do guys do that? Like, why do people naturally do that?
Like,
Like
ask
they
what you
downplay their jazz. You guys like nothing too crazy.
No, man, you know, you see the thing about it is humility sells, you know.
Yeah.
Being humble sells.
True, it's very nice.
No, but,
Someone
but
just talks
it's
about
not selling, but even like just like even if I was just having a conversation with you guys without the camera or anything, I'm like, yo. So if I just say, hey man, you guys hard, what guys?
It's more of an art of surprise. I'll downplay it, you do your research, you're like, shit.
But see, also the other thing about it is like people just don't like to talk about, like, over brag about their things, you know. You come off arrogant. I'm sure that some people though, like that's an example that doesn't apply to everyone. Because I know someone who like he has one thing going for him and he's like, hey man, I have this, I have everyone, tells everyone about it. So you see, types of people.
You'd rather be the guy who's
Yeah, downplay.
And in general, it's just annoying to be around someone that talks about themselves because like, bro, we get it, please.
There's 8 billion people in this place.
Yeah, bro. 100,000 people have done what you've done.
Exactly, there's nothing special.
But you see, when you talk it down, it's like, they're like,
You know, they want to know. You know, like, please tell me more.
I've seen the clips where you like fill up Design Hub and you also filled up Motive, I think.
Yeah.
So what's like what reception you get differently now, like guys knowing that sector?
they associate you with the success.
Yeah, like now you see, to be honest with you, there's a thing you said when you started, when you were like, when guys see me, they're like, pimp. To be honest with you, after seeing those videos, when I
You're like, pimp.
bro, you get it.
I can confirm whether he's a pimp or not from our interaction.
I'm not.
Talk to
I'm
me off
really
camera. I'll
not.
tell you.
No, the thing
But you
is,
get, so what do you like about the reception and what don't you like about
And how are
the
you
reception now?
coping with, you know,
no,
being David Mulolo after?
no, to be honest, I'm a person that respects other people, and the only thing I run by is just respect. And people give you that as well, because they respect a person who respects themselves. You're not all over the place. You respect other people. People greet you like they're hyping you, like, oh my god, thank you, I'm honored and whatnot. So it's, to me, to be honest, for me it's not that crazy, but people are like really, really nice, and I like the fact that I'm inspired by what we are doing, because the whole point of Speedball is to serve as an example and show people what's truly
The
possible.
roadmap on what people could do.
Exactly.
I see brands popping up left and right these days, and you know,
Yeah.
you have to be happy that, you know, for a vast majority of them, I'm pretty sure your brand is an inspiration. At least
Yeah.
the ones that I know,
Yeah.
like the guys that are doing.
The emotion is crazy, bro.
Bro, it's
The emotion is
phenomenal.
crazy.
No, but for me, the thing I love most about your work is, like, it's, you know when you think of the vast majority of people, when they think of a fashion brand, they think of the occasional shoot, the what, and when they think of an event, they're gonna think like a party, guys drink what. This guy's drunk as in the middle of the event, you know. It doesn't look like you're in Uganda. That's just the first part. It looks like someone is like, they just shut off a road and they decide to just throw a rave, put speakers randomly. You know, even though it's actually creative. We talk about creativity, but it's actually creative. I feel like if you did that, even if you were in any part of the world, it would still be mind blowing. As it is to us.
Let me ask a question, like, because I see things we now do in Eugene now are reflections of what like people in like the States or what have been doing for a while or what you get. So does that mean we as a people are not creative? Like what's our different thing? You get, like, what do we do differently? What can we do? Because even like just clothes, you get, because most people just like get trends from, let's say, what the US people are putting on, like England or whatever. Is there a possibility for us to also start a trend here, like Speedball starting a trend here, or like a different type of design, or start different type of design of, I don't even know what I'm talking about, a different design of something?
I'll steal a quote from the Bible. There is nothing new under the sun.
I was gonna say that.
You're gonna endeavor. People, you've seen the clothes our fashion guys pull off you on runways. Would you wear that on a normal day, even if the trend was pushed? Hell no.
You always don't care again.
Don't name drop. Don't ask me. Anyways,
wisdom is crazy though.
the thing is, bro, you can't create anything new. Virgil, Kanye West, they copy from Pinterest. They tell guys, yo, get these ideas from Pinterest. So
just bring them together.
Exactly.
I think again, ingenuity comes with him being the first person to do it here.
Yeah.
Is that being new as well? You know, when you think about it.
So no, what would be sick is, okay, you're copying from me. Don't copy from me. I'm copying from someone who's better than me. So copy from them.
Still like better than them.
No, but the thing is, don't copy from what's around you. Copy from the guys who are far from us. You get
successful.
Yeah, like benchmark. There's a guy who told me, because we're still struggling to create like a proper branding for Speedball. Up to now, we don't have proper branding. He was telling me, look for a brand that's making it and like benchmark off them, like just copy and paste. But I also don't like doing that. At least I want to put something original, because all the shirts and whatnot we have designed, I sit down and look at something, a picture, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to make something similar to this, but not this. Like I'll take the tiny aspects of it and like put it into the designs you get. So there is, the thing where you're going to think of, I'm going to create a new style. You're lying to yourself. That's never gonna happen, because the Bible clearly says it, and God doesn't lie. There is nothing new under the sun. So you're gonna waste time and you're going to burn yourself out.
Maybe you'll be the first person to make it popular, because I'm pretty sure, like, think of Jordans. Jordans, like shoes. I feel like there were shoes like that before, but just no one had ever done them. And the reason Jordans are so successful is because they were associated to greatness. Like, they were associated to Michael Jordan, and that time Michael Jordan was just that dude. You feel me? So I feel, maybe we should just be grateful to being the first people doing it here, and maybe the first people growing a community of creatives. And like, that's also one of the things we try to do with the podcast, because initially, when we're starting it, everyone tells you shits and gigs. Why don't you guys just do the same content, shits and gigs, do you know what? And we're like, yeah, but like, do we want to be shits and gigs? Because exactly. And also, like, for us, our vision for this podcast, I don't want to overtalk, but our vision for this podcast is beyond the podcast. Yeah. It's far beyond the podcast, and that's actually the avenue we're venturing in very soon. So it just, can we change how podcasting is perceived? Yeah. Not that we're going to be the first people to do it, but can we actually change? Because again, I don't want to overtalk, because I may end up giving hints, but yeah, that's just really what we want to do. Changing the way podcasting is perceived in Uganda. Because me, every time I open podcasts, they have a niche associated with something. And like all the podcasts in Uganda, everyone, they just have a niche. Is it women's talk? Is it pillow talk? Is it current news? And I can't watch that every day, man. I can't watch that every day. And I know our viewers, they're going to reach a point where our content will become too generic for them. What else are we doing that makes us, Yeah. So yeah.
Anyway, close it off. I feel like we should
also answer the question before we close it off. What's that huge dream, that insane dream you have?
You could just
You don't want details because you don't want someone to steal your idea.
Yeah, to be great.
But
But
like,
also, if you're to
what does ginormous success look like for you?
Options.
Options.
Multiple prospects, multiple offshore accounts, multiple houses in different countries. Just the power to have access to all these things. You could meet whoever you want to meet because you have the network. I just want options to do whatever I want. I want to be in this country tomorrow, Ben. I want to land on a jet, fly to this country, Ben.
So success is
but
money.
you see, this is what
Options.
you see.
The power of options.
I like
And
the way
the power of
everyone
options
here
is
reacted.
different.
Everyone was like they were not like so surprised. You get, it was like everyone is like everyone sees it as attainable. But I've been around people when you say something like that, now we
Bro, I actually, that's when it comes to icks among guys, we have talk about icks in babes, what. That's my ick in people, like men. Like I talked to you something about a dream and they're like, bro. I used to have this thing when people ask me like, what do you want to do? I always be like, I want to change the world. Yeah, they're like,
guy.
that's your bullshit again. And guys are so pessimistic. I was like, bro, just focus on books.
It's not necessarily being pessimistic. It's like I feel like people are jealous they don't have the vision you have.
And some people just can't conceptualize it as well.
That's what I'm saying. So like because they really can't put themselves in the position of thinking I could change the world, I'm gonna put this person down. I don't want to see them change the world when I can't even imagine
But
it.
they can't just understand it.
Exactly.
It's too big for their brain.
Now to answer actually that question, my what does success look like for me? Obviously, I'm going to remove family success. Family, husband, happy wife, happy daughter. But like in this thing, we were talking about it recently, yeah? And me and Paul have like a roadmap of 2 years. And what we want to achieve in 2 years, the roadmap was 2026. By the end of 2026, where we want to be is actually insane.
Yeah.
But for me, first, security. But not like security like fallback, it's just the ability, that's the best way you say it, options. The ability to just get whatever I want, whenever I want. Because I don't think I have very extravagant tasting things. But the ability to have, for me now when I think about it is, I want my children to be able to obtain any opportunity they want. And I'm just imagining my daughter one day coming and like, hey mom, hey dad, I want to be a ballerina. I just want to dance. I want to do theater, opera.
Yeah.
Do I have the resources to ensure that they go to what's that school?
Juilliard, yeah?
Juilliard. Do I have the resources to ensure that they're the best at what they want to do?
we can be the
Exclusive of money, because these ballerinas make big bucks.
Yeah.
But my daughter tells me I want to live in New York. Like, I want to go and see New York. I don't know exactly what I want. I'm passionate about art, and I feel like New York is the mecca of art. And I just want to go there for like 3 weeks and find myself. Do I have the resources to fund that?
Yeah.
Or am I gonna? Because I feel like having no resources makes us do what our parents did. Telling us, hey, be a lawyer, be whatever. Or in that time, it may be different. They'll be like, whatever the successful profession is, like, do this because they want you to get a profession that gives them money. It's not because our parents are particularly bad, but they think about money. Now, do I have enough do I have enough wealth to just not worry about whatever? Like, if my kid tells me I want to be a musician, I'm like, okay, and now what can I do to ensure you're the best musician ever? And then the second thing is having the network to be able to help them achieve that. Like I say, I want to be a musician, okay, I know this producer who mentored this person. I can connect you with them so that you can find out if this is really what you want to do.
Yeah.
So, network and the options.
It's very specific. I think mine is weird. Essentially, like, what comes to mind is freedom. So like, I don't know if you've ever watched Pirates of the Caribbean, where I think they took like Jack Sparrow's ship, and he's very much in it like a ship isn't just a deck and sails, it's freedom, like I can do whatever I want. And essentially that's why I'm so driven for money. It's because I know, like, look, if I don't have money, essentially the government can tell me do this, do that. I really don't have a choice. If I have enough money, I can tell you fuck off, fuck your shit, I'm going. Like, I can disappear at any point in time I want. I can have whatever I want. I can provide for whoever. I have the freedom and the options to choose. So essentially, I feel like it's all options for everyone. Like, we want to be able to do this and that. But essentially, when I think about it, it's like, shut up. And I can make you, like, if I tell you to shut up and you keep talking and I go away, nothing changes because you have no power over me, because I have the resources, I have the money, I have I'm able to do whatever I want, regardless of whoever tells me to stop.
You know that thing of someone speaks and you're like, who gives you permission to speak? Bro, relax. This is my domain. Actually, I think that's the thing for me, to be able to have my own domain and I can do whatever. But the options thing
Control,
is that, yeah,
control as well.
exactly. But you can't have control if you don't have options.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Actually, before we conclude, there are two other things. Also inspire, like the ability to inspire the next generation to do something as you, like actually change the way life is seen. A certain thing, let's say fashion, let's say business, let's say podcasting. And then another thing is, just to prove some people wrong, man.
That's what I was going to say.
Just have,
For me,
have a little bit of petty motivation, man.
It's not even that. I have two things. For me, I think even for everyone, anger is a big motivation.
Hate
For me,
is the strongest motivator.
For most of the things I was surprised I did them out of anger. You get it? Like just passing A level. It's because someone said that I'm going to fail it. You get it? And for me, it's because of a statement a relative made, like to my family when my family was there. You get it? So I was like, you know what? Like, what can I do that's going to put me in the what in this situation? Like for me, it's like at the back of my mind when I'm doing stuff, I feel like this guy has to see. You get it? And the second thing is, we went through something where someone was arrested and I hated feeling helpless. You get it?
So freedom.
Yeah, like where you can move decisions, where you have the power to do stuff. You get it? Yeah, so that's something and also the podcast brings that, if it grows enough, if it grows enough, But generally, yeah.
Okay, guys, I think this has been a great podcast. First, because this was a real podcast. We talked about real stuff.
We're superstars.
Oh, yeah, superstars.
The superstar is David.
Man. I mean, what's LeBron James without the cameras? I'm just saying, who knows LeBron James if there are no cameras? So don't downplay. He's doing that thing. I know. You're not sleeping. We're familiar. Guys, first subscribe. What?
Thank you for watching.
Check out Speedball Magazine, Instagram, Twitter. Check out their merch. I don't know if you can put your link.
Yeah. Send you the link.
You have the link. Is there a match or the match is done?
By the time this airs, God knows.
So it's airing tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, okay, bet.
So check them out.
I'm gonna do a quick plug for myself. Check out Pajama Shooters. It's my shooting account.
Slow down, man.
Cool stuff. What is that?
It's my shooting account.
It's called what?
Pajama Shooters. Essentially,
Pajama
Shooters. Yeah. I wear pajamas all the time. About to drop some pajamas. Make sure you get them when they come out. And
maybe we'll add your link as well.
How can we link you?
It's going to give us a link.
Socials.
Yeah.
Alright, guys.
This has been Joe Ami Podcast.
Till next time.
Peace.